Hi guys, I'm back with another video, and today we're going to do something even more different than usual. Today I'm going to be reviewing with these little reactions of my little mascot character that I've made. Hello everybody! So, I thought that would be kind of fun, specifically because I am kind of in a car right now. But this is the comic that I've been trying to review for a few days now. Action Comics number 987, The Oz Effect Part 1. My phone kept breaking down during them, and I have been constantly going back and forth with work, so this was the only time I found that was reliable. And because I kept jumping back and forth, I actually didn't have time to make to set up a thing just to draw, so instead I made those reaction doodles, and that's what we're going to be using today, just to get right down to it. So, without further ado, let's just look at the cover for a few minutes. This is a lenticular cover, and that's really cool to me. I mean, it's not a great cover, it's not like, oh wow, it's so cool, but it's the thing that really gets me is that the price has not changed for this. Specifically because if you know Marvel and what's going on right now, Marvel's going to do a buttload of lenticular covers for their legacy event thing, I don't know. It's an event. And pretty much comic book shops have to pay, they have to purchase a huge amount just to get a lenticular cover. And let's face it, they're only going to give you 4 to 5 of them, I guess, with everything, and they're going to be $17 or $20 or whatever. All variants with Marvel are super expensive. But I love this because DC tends to keep their variants, from what I found, same price, $3.99. I can get that with any other variant that I get of their comics. So let's just get right down to it. If you do not know, Oz Effect is all about who is Oz, this guy that's been running around the DC universe and causing mischief. He supposedly is trying to help Superman, but from what I know, he's also kidnapped Tim Drake, so I have no clue what's his real problem. And it's really nice. Apparently that he has went and met Metallo, who is imprisoned and being tortured, and pretty much kills him. His idea is that he wants to assist Kal-El, and he's going to make him he's gonna just pretty much save him and his family from the world of man, or whatever, the whole entire drill. Humans are evil, blah, 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 they don't deserve you. That kind of stick. It gets pretty boring, that kind of story, but it kind of works here. But let's get back right into it. So it comes with this really nice, little tiny story about Superman getting a truck out of the river or lake or whatever of Metropolis that was carrying a vaccine. And I love this opening page. Look at that. It is gorgeous. It's just the perspective, the whole entire detail in the car, the water flowing down. Oh, it's all so good. And the title's really nice. It has a nice feel that works into it. Oh, baby. Oh, I want to learn to draw like that. Oh, look, an ad that has nothing to do with the comic. That's another thing that I've noticed about DC. Then again, I only buy one Marvel comic. So, but I've noticed that in most of the Marvel comics, they tend to be just look at this event, look at this event. But in a DC book, it seems like they put in other products in there. I don't know. I think that's a little bit more well-rounded. Anyway, getting back into it. So Superman, being the Boy Scout that he is, flies it all the way to the vaccine by himself to the country of Logamba, which is where it was needed. They're having a lot of issues down there, and he's just doing his part. So, right now, we have a good little startup, it's classic Superman. There's a villain that's coming around, and there's, little nefarious stuff going on. Seems pretty good, right? And it gets even better. So, if you've been, reading the Superman series, you know that he's going back to the Daily Planet with his wife, Lois Lane, and right now they're actually going with their son to the Daily Planet and just showing the whole entire place around. Everybody's super excited. All the people that they used to work with, their classic characters, are there. Look! Jimmy Olsen's there! And everybody! It's so great! And they're just fooling around, and all I can think of is, when I see all of this beautiful depiction of this is what Superman's meant to be, all I can think of is, why isn't this in my Spider-Man? Why can't I have this in my Spider-Man. It's not that hard. This is literally what Spider-Man is. It's a whole entire cast of the supporting cast and the classic Daily Bugle and so forth. Just, this is proper progression. Superman is proper progression. Amazing Spider-Man is not proper progression. It's going in the wrong direction. But this is beautiful. This is a great way to start it up back to its normal roots, but also giving us a new story, new kind of progression in the right direction. I'm just pretty much continuing what I'm saying, like the same thing over and over again. So let's just get right back to it. So Oz is going to set up his master plan, which is like he's infecting people with this, like, he's manipulating people. Like, he's going to show Superman the most evil parts of humanity. And so we pretty much see a lot of situations happening, such as guys getting laid off that have from their jobs, and that's all they have. This guy getting drunk on the job of being a captain. These guys work a sweatshop. And of course we see Lagamba again, and they're like, oh no, the gorillas are coming. And of course, guys shooting rhinos. Because how many rhinos do we have left in the world? Not many. So that's really sad. So pretty much, and if you notice in the foreshadowing, all of them, they have a little symbol that pretty much is the Oz symbol, showing that they're slowly being manipulated by his like magic powers or something. And if you notice in the beginning, that was shown too in a little bit of a segment. Let's see if I can pull it up. I'm messing up already. Okay, right here. That usually it's when people are showing their anger or greed or rage, it pops up. And that is a really cool foreshadowing of what's to come. And I think that's really cool. That is really a nice little thing right there. But let's get back right into it. So Oz uses his evil, nefarious plan, and he sets up some stuff. So we get right into it, and bam, those guys that get their job quit, they blame it on the illegal immigrants. They're saying that they work for cheaper pay, so of course they're going to use them. And we should take back what's ours or something, because, they took our jobs kind of thing. These gorillas are all like, hey, we can use hey, they have vaccines. We can sell them on the black market, and let's kill them all. Because, Oz syndrome kind of makes, apparently, whatever Oz is doing, makes their most darkest greed or mindsets go even into overdrive. And so this guy's like, I've been out on the sea all the time. Let's get drunk and drive. And apparently drinking and driving is the same as on the sea. Don't drink and sail or whatever, because the baby seals are just going to get whacked. And of course we get the whole entire sweatshop scene that gets a little bit too, well, that was a thing. I don't know why people are constantly complaining about the first thing with took their jobs, when we just had something where I want Chris Hansen to show up. But anyway, yeah, we already know that the rhino is dead. That sucks. And everybody's going, and then we get back to the metropolis, and they're just having a good time until all these disasters are happening all at once. And immediately everybody's like, I don't even know if Superman can do that. Of course, Clark just looks over and he goes, challenge accepted, and he just goes out and tries to do as much as possible. This is the part that actually really irked a lot of people. This is that man that we saw earlier, and he's trying to kill all these illegal immigrants. People think it's very social justice warrior of this to being depicted into this comic book, but I'm actually going to go and say, no, it isn't. In reality, we actually get a nice backstory of this guy and why he's becoming this way. But also we know it's not really him. It's Oz that's manipulating him to go into overdrive. Could he have been a racist? Yeah, maybe. Would he have maybe showed scorn to these immigrants? Yeah, maybe. But I don't think he was going to murder them and slaughter them. But, at the same time, there's over extremes of everybody. And this is what was great about this. They show the over extreme of the other side too. That a guy that literally blames the rich people on a lot of problems decides to light a whole entire mansion on fire. Which you don't know who it is. All he says is that they're the 1% and they're stealing and they're just causing a lot of problems for everybody, and Superman has to go clean it up. And he's got there's issues about a lot of things out there, but I'm glad that the Superman comic is showing both sides of the spectrum. There's an extreme left and an extreme right. And you want to know what? I'm just hoping that's not Wayne Manor, because that sucks. Don't burn down Batman's home. But yeah, as we can see, everything's going bad. The oil tanker that ship captain was on, he didn't make it in time, so the poor seals have been injured. There's a breakout. That guy, the rhino. Oh no, we only have so many of them left. So like everything is going downhill, and Superman is really upset. And then he goes to Lagamba, and everything's been destroyed. Both sides, even not only are the guerrillas affected, but also their government. The government's like, just shoot the village because the guerrillas are there. And Superman's just really ticked off. He's like, why is everybody killing each other today? This is terrible. And all this horrible stuff starts happening. And that's when Oz appears. And he says, I'm here to, like, show you your destiny and so forth. And he brings him to the fortress by magic, like, teleportation powers. And so we get down to the big reveal about it. Like, you know, he pretty much states the same classic story of, rah, 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 humans, they're evil, and they're all terrible, and they're all scumbags, and you shouldn't be with them. But I know, you have, like, you're better than that, you need it. And then it's revealed, and it's apparently Superman's dad. It's Jor-El. And I know everybody's like, look, it's the comparisons, but I just don't see it. I know he's like all scarred up, I guess from when the planet blew up, but I just don't know if that's really Jor-El. In fact, here's a good question. Is this really the Jor-El that we know from this current Superman's universe? It could be another universe, because we already know that he probably was brought over thanks to Dr. Manhattan. I think this will all connect to Doomsday Clock even more than we think. But yeah, it was a good read. It was pretty fun. There were some weird parts into it, but yeah, I liked it. I think you should go check it out. I'm definitely going to check out part 2. And yeah, I just enjoy all of DC. Let's just say it as that. Let me know if you enjoyed this kind of review, or if you want me to just stick to just doodling on the way. In the meantime, I'll see you later.